have had this wreath on my front door for the summer, and I drove by the other day. We're a distance from the street, and I really just did not like the bow. I probably should have put bigger flowers on it. Believe it or not, it looks big enough, certainly here. So I'm going to change up the bow now, and I think I'm going to go with this. And to complement it, I think maybe this. I also may throw in a little bit of the yellow. But what I don't like about this is from the street, we really don't even see the blue. So you have to be mindful of that. Where are you going to hang your wreath once you've created it? And probably a good idea to step back once in a while and take a look. It certainly looks pretty in the house, but this blue disappears. The yellow stands out. I didn't like it. Should have made the tails longer. So I'm going to take care of it now. What I do love is, I think I might have mentioned before, as my wreath working space, I actually use the laundry rack these things that you purchase if you want to hang lingerie or laundry that you don't want to put in the dryer. That's actually what I use. So what's nice about it is I can get to the back side when I need to. And of course I need to now, because I'm going to start by clipping off this bow that's here now, which I'm not nuts about. And we'll see if it'll come right off. There we go. Okay. Take a few things. So this I will either reuse, take apart. I certainly will use it at some point. Maybe not as a bow, but I'll probably pull it apart. So we're going to start from scratch, and we're going to, well, that fell out. Have to get that back in. We're going to start with the largest of the ribbons. Now this particular ribbon is, this is a 3-inch ribbon, or 2.5, maybe, yeah, no, I think this is a 3. Okay, I'm going to start with this one. And what I do is I throw it right down on the floor, because it certainly is a lot easier to work with. And then I don't like this. There are a few things I have to change up on it. Sometimes when you design a wreath, you walk away or you look at it for a little bit, and then you decide, you know what? It's really not what I was looking for at all. But I think this is going to look really, really pretty. And I think I would like my tails to be, let's see, I'll bring this down a little bit. I'd like my tails to be a little bit lower than they were. So it'll look better from the street. So we're going to start by giving this a pinch. Okay. And we're going to come up and over. I'm going to say that's probably maybe 6 or 7 or 8 inches. So it might be a little, I'm going to bring it in just a little bit. And I'm going to pinch it again. Okay. So I think that's nice. And then my tail can be down here. Yeah, that's pretty. That is pretty. That is pretty. Okay, so I think I may do 4 of these. So now this particular ribbon has a beautiful backing on it. So I don't have to worry. It's very, very stiff as well, because this is a very expensive high-end ribbon, and it will certainly withstand heat or anything else going on outside, as long as it's a covered area. Okay, I'm going to pinch it again. And then we're going to bring it around here. We want to be sure we are about the same on our size, and we are. I never really measure, but we give that a good grip. You know, I'm just holding it. It's not a death grip. It's just a a nice solid. Okay, and I still have my tail here. Okay, and then I'm going to make one more loop. And I think, yeah, I think we're gonna go here. Yeah, one more loop is good. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna pinch that in there. Okay, and give it a little twist. We have our two tails. Now, because this is such a hefty and very weighted ribbon, I am going to cut this here. I am going to tie this one off now and add to it, and that's really a trick that works well. So you can almost hear. I mean, that is a stiff, very substantial ribbon. And I'm going to take, I should have brought a larger zip tie, but I think I'm going to just use the wire, just to wire it up. And hold it in place. Give it a good pinch. And then a good twist. Okay, twist that a couple times. Okay, now we have our first part. And I'm thinking that this is going to be lovely. Okay, so this is the first part of our bow. We have 4 loops. I like it. Now I'm going to add, I think, some pink, and then we'll see about the yellow. The yellow might look nice because I do have a lot of yellow flowers in here, and we want to pick up on what is here in the wreath. So we're going to put this on the floor. It's always easier just to throw it down on the floor because they will unravel and maybe try to escape, but it's certainly a lot easier. Okay, so we want to measure it up to our existing bow here. And I think I'd like these tails to maybe be about as long. So I'm gonna pinch it here, and we will see, these will be a little bit shorter in terms of the loops. So I'm just going to come in about here. I'm going to measure it up, see, because I do want to be able to see that ribbon in the background. Okay, we're going to pinch it. Okay, and we're going to come up over here. Now this does not have a front or a back, so there's really no reason to worry too much. Let's see, and we're gonna hold them. We're gonna see, same size. Don't get too bogged down with with half inches. I mean, there are times when I finish making my bow and I go, oh shoot, I've got one loop that's a little bit bigger than the others, but I think in this case, I think we're close. See, there we are, close here. And I'm gonna do 4, well, you know what? I might just do 3. Yeah, I think I might just do 3 of this. I don't want it to be overwhelming. So we'll do that, and then we're gonna have our tail down here, about the same size. And we'll give it a cut right here. Okay. Now, because this is not a real cardboard, substantial, heavy ribbon, I'm going to do my yellow right on top of it. And again, right on the floor. And I think this time, I don't know if I want yellow tails. I don't know. I think maybe I'll make a tail or 2 up here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this. Okay, and then we're going to come over and we're going to do just a little bit smaller so that we can You can see it's just going to break it up a little bit. And then over here, we'll do another tail, another loop here, like so. Okay, and then just to kind of finish it off here in the center, you know what? I'm going to do a third one here. I'm going to do another loop, so we kind of even out the look. So we've got 3 loops here. I've got 1 pink, 2 yellows, and over here I have 2 pink and 1 yellow. And then I have, whether I'll keep that up there or not, I am not sure. But then I want to have a finished loop in the center. So all I do is I'm going to bring it around, and I'm making a little loop, which I'm going to grab like so and tuck it in. Okay, I can make a small tail there, but that now finishes off my bow. And just in case I decide to add a tail, I am going to cut this here. Okay, so now, you know, I might just use a zip tie for this. You can use a zip tie or a wire. Okay, I'm gonna zip tie on here. That nice and tight. Okay. All right, and then we clip that off. So. Okay. And now we fluff. Sometimes I fluff as I go. Of course, you want to be sure your tails and everything are in the right direction, but it's that final fluff. Once you actually get your piece in place, that's the most important. Okay. And now we're going to take our other piece. I'm going to get a piece of wire. And we're going to go right through here with the wire in between the 2 tails. And then we're going to catch it in between these 2 tails and over the top. Okay. Pull it all together like so. And then we'll just give it right now we'll just give it a light twist because I want to fluff it up a little bit. Now, just so I don't, I'm going to clip these off from the other original bow so they're not in my way. Okay. Okay, I think I'm liking this much better already. Maybe even having 1 yellow tail might be cute. Okay, let's see. Sometimes when you design design as you go. You might have a plan in mind, but you might throw that right out the window. So I think what I'm going to do is just get this attached to the wreath, and then we'll play with it, see how it looks. Okay, so my bow is attached. I'm just going to leave this. We'll take a peek and see what we think afterward. But I'm just going to dovetail this for now. Okay. Okay, now we're going to fluff. May have to move some flowers, but I like this much, much better. Much better than the what was there before. Get these all fluffed up pretty. Yellows. And our tails down here. I think I'm also going to eliminate, because I'm not too wild about it, is this long piece that I thought might elongate, but I really don't like it. So I'm going to cut it off and snip it right about here. Rid of that. And then I also don't care for this. So I'm going to just cut this. Oh, that'll come right out. Okay, perfect. So I can always use that elsewhere. And this is fine. These we can bring up. I think this will bring down here. Okay. And this one, I think we'll take that out too. Not too nuts about that. Just cut that right off there. There we go. Okay. This is a reconstructed wreath. Okay. I have to stand back and look at that. Okay, now I think I'm just going to dovetail these, and that will be it. Yep. Okay, and I think these, because they're so pretty, I think I'm just going to kind of roll, just give it a little bit of a roll, like a scroll almost. There we go. I like that. Okay. This one as well. It has such a pretty back to it. Let's give it a couple turns. A little scrolly look. Okay. Oops. Now, here's a mistake that I do make often. When I dovetail the wrong way, and I end up making a point and not a dovetail. So what we want to do is on the open end, you close it like so, and that's where you want to cut upward. If I remember that, then I'm in good shape. There you go. Now I'm going to dovetail. Okay. So that's it. Not sure if you can see it from the front, but I think that looks much prettier than it did before. Yeah, definitely. So now I'm going to check it out, take a picture from the street. Have a good one.